going on, guys? I am the John Gasm, and I am coming at you today with another episode of Secrets of Cinema. Today I'm sharing with you guys 10 things that you never knew about Snow White. As we all know, Snow White came out quite a while ago, all the way back in 1938. But if you adjust the amount of money that Snow White has made from its release date all the way back in 1938, it would be the highest grossing animated film of all time. Unfortunately though, because of the inflation rate, it doesn't have that title. Actually though, when the movie was released back in the day, it did hold the title for the highest grossing film of all time for exactly 1 year. Gone with the Wind, which eventually came out in 1939, beat it out for that spot. Kind of funny, when this movie won its Academy Award, they didn't give out a normal trophy for it. Instead, they actually gave out a normal-sized Academy Award trophy along with 7 half-sized Academy Award trophies representing the Dwarves. Also, this was the first film to ever have a soundtrack album released for it. Now, one of the most memorable things about Snow White and the Seven Dwarves is probably the assassination attempt by the Queen. However, originally, there were actually 3 assassination attempts by the Queen, but they just didn't get put into the film. Originally, there was going to be an attempt with a poisoned comb and another with suffocation. Interesting fact, this movie was actually tied with King Kong for being Adolf Hitler's favorite movie. Yeah, if you like this movie a lot, you and Adolf Hitler might have more in common than you thought. Another interesting fact, Jiminy Cricket was actually mentioned twice in this movie before Pinocchio was even released. This wasn't a reference to Pinocchio, it's actually because Jiminy Cricket used to be an exclamation that got phased out over time. For example, if you were surprised or if you fell down a flight of stairs, you would say, Jiminy Cricket, or you would say, ow, god damn it, that hurt really bad. Now this next fact, in my opinion, is actually a little bit messed up, and it kind of shows how crazy Walt Disney is. Because Walt Disney wanted Snow White to be a very special one-time sound, he made the actress who played her sign a very strict contract. The contract said that she would never be allowed to have another singing part in a movie besides Snow White. She did have a very small part in Wizard of Oz, but outside of that, despite being a professionally trained classical singer, she never had another role where she was able to sing. Now the names for the 7 dwarves are classics: Happy, Grumpy, Doc, Sneezy, Sleepy, Dopey, and Bashful. Did I get all those right? Think so. But before settling on those names, there was actually a list of over 50 other dwarf names that could have been used. Now, for those of you who don't know, Snow White is based on a story from back in the day, but in that story, the dwarves never had names. So Walt Disney and the writers came up with the names themselves. And I'm going to share with you guys a list of some of the alternatives that didn't get picked. We've got Awful, Biggie Wiggy, Big O Ego, Blabby, Deefy, Dirty, Gabby, Gaspy, Gloomy, Hoppy Jumpy, Hotsy, Jaunty, Nifty, Shifty, Busy, Crabby, Daffy, Dumpy, Flabby, Helpful, Lazy, Scrappy, Sniffy, Snoopy, Stubby, Thrifty, and Wheezy. Not to be mistaken with Lil Weezy, because he's a douchebag. Maybe I'm just biased because I'm used to the original 7 Dwarves names, but I think the names that they decided on were for the best. Now the last fact I've got for you guys is, in my opinion, the most interesting and also revolves around the dwarf names. It actually is about my favorite dwarf, Dopey. Some of the animators for the movie were against using the name Dopey because they thought it was too modern of a word to use in a timeless fairy tale. They argued for this until Walt Disney pointed out that Shakespeare actually used the word dopey in one of the plays that he wrote. Now Shakespeare using the word was enough to change all of the animators' minds. That being said, to this day in 2015, no one has ever found a use of the word dopey in any of Shakespeare's scripts. So Walt Disney just lied to get the name in there because he liked it so much. And that, you guys, was 10 facts that you never knew about Snow White, or at least I hope you never knew. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm going to ask you guys to do me a couple of favors in the form of rating, commenting, and subscribing. Hit that share button if you know anybody else who might be interested in the trivia. Make sure to leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below, and when you're all done with that, go into the description box, check out some of my social media sites, maybe give those a like or follow. Now, I realize I just asked you guys to do me like 7 favors, so just keep in mind that whether you do all of that or none of it at all, I just appreciate you stopping by and watching this video regardless. I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Thank you again for stopping by, and stay fresh.